Out of your vulnerabilities will come your strength. Unexpressed emotions will never die. They are buried alive and will come forth later in uglier ways. We are never so defenseless against suffering as when we love. From error to error, one discovers the entire truth. One day in retrospect, the years of struggle will strike you as the most beautiful. A man should not strive to eliminate his complexes, but to get into accord with them. They are legitimately what directs high conduct in the world. Just as no one can be forced into belief, so no one can be forced into unbelief. The virtuous man contents himself with dreaming that the wicked man does in actual life. The voice of the intellect is a soft one, but it does not rest until it has gained a hearing. The only person with whom you have to compare yourself is you in the past. The mind is like an iceberg. It floats with 1/7 of its bulk above water. The interpretation of dreams is the royal road to a knowledge of the unconscious activities of the mind. Thought is action in rehearsal. Friendship is an art of keeping distance, while love is an art of intimacy. In the small matters, trust the mind. In the large ones, the heart. Time spent with cats is never wasted. People do not really want freedom, because freedom involves responsibility, and most people are frightened of responsibility. The more perfect a person is on the outside, the more demons they have on the inside. The ego is not master in its own house. Love and work, work and love, that's all there is. The conscious mind may be compared to a fountain playing in the sun and falling back into the great subterranean pool of subconscious from which it rises. Public self is a conditioned construct of the inner psychological self. We are what we are because we have been what we have been, and what is needed for solving the problems of human life and motives is not moral estimates but more knowledge. Immorality, no less than morality, has at all times found support in religion. The great question that has never been answered, and which I have not yet been able to answer, despite my 30 years of research into the feminine soul, is what does a woman want? Dreams are often most profound when they seem the most crazy. If youth knew, if age could. Being entirely honest with oneself is a good exercise. Love and work are the cornerstones of our humanness. A complete absence of sex is the only thing which can be properly considered sexual deviance. Everything else is just a matter of taste. If you can't do it, give up. The psychical, whatever its nature may be, is itself unconscious. Sadism is all right in its place, but it should be directed to proper ends. The goal of all life is death. Flowers are restful to look at. They have neither emotions nor conflicts. Men are more moral than they think and far more immoral than they can imagine. Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. One is very crazy when in love. What we can call happiness in the strictest sense comes from the satisfaction of needs which have been dammed up to a high degree. Where it was, their ego shall be. Religion is an illusion, and it derives its strength from the fact that it falls in with our instinctual desires. The liberty of the individual is no gift of civilization. It was greatest before there was any civilization. Anatomy is destiny. Every normal person, in fact, is only normal on the average. His ego approximates to that of the psychotic in some part or other, and to a greater or lesser extent. The act of birth is the first experience of anxiety, and thus the source and prototype of the effect of anxiety. What a distressing contrast there is between the radiant intelligence of the child and the feeble mentality of the average adult. Men are strong so long as they represent a strong idea. They become powerless when they oppose it. Before you diagnose yourself with depression or low self-esteem, make sure that you're not surrounded by fools. When people criticize me, I know how to defend myself. I'm powerless in the face of praise. The first indication of stupidity is a complete lack of shame. A large part of what is real within us is not comprehended, and that which is comprehended is not real. How bold one gets when one is sure of being loved. He who knows how to wait need make no concessions. The madman is a dreamer awake. Public self is a conditioned construct of the inner psychological self. A woman should soften but not weaken a man. My love is something valuable to me, which I ought not to throw away without reflection. When one does not have what one wants, one must want what one has. Love in the form of longing and deprivation lowers the self-regard. Smoking is indispensable if one has nothing to kiss. The dream is the liberation of the spirit from the pressure of external nature. Thank you so much for watching until the end. And if there's any more quote you would like to add, please leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe to join our big family, so you won't miss out on any notes of quotes. To share it to your friends so they can use the knowledge too. And until the next time, stay in knowledge mode.